everybody's Racetrack Ladies.
Coming to you from Daytona Beach, where we have just completed Speedweeks 2010.
It's done.
It's over. Put a fork in it.
That's right. We're done.
The track is really quiet.
Yeah, there's no whine, those motors going around.
Well, we arrived in Daytona in time to watch the ARCA race and the Bud shootout, and we were cold when we got here.
And we were still cold when we watched the Daytona 500. Nothing changed.
So, sunny Florida, not so much.
Not so sunny.
Well, it was sunny. It was just cold. They said it was one of the coldest Daytona 500s or Speedweeks that they've had in a long time.
I would agree.
I agree.
Burr.
But we had a great time.
Yes, we did.
And we had some great racing too.
Yes, we did. We ate some great food.
Yes, we did. We think of Daytona Beach as being our second home because we spend so much time here, and so we always try to go to some new and different restaurants while we're here. And we're very lucky this year.
Yeah.
We got some good ones.
Yeah, so so I guess if we wrap up kind of the Speed Weeks and all our winners, congratulations to all the winners of all the races this past week. So we had, what, gosh, who won the Bud Shootout? Who did win the Bud Shootout?
Remember, he was sick.
It was a long time ago. But we first had the ARCA race.
Well, yes, we had the ARCA race with the debut of Danica.
Yes,
Patrick.
we watched that.
Which, Danica, thank you for filling up the stands, because normally not that many people would be in the stands for the ARCA race.
Who knew so many people would look good in lime green?
Yeah, lots of people were buying those lime green jackets.
Yeah.
But after that, then we had the qualifying races
With the
Doolies.
And Jimmy Johnson and Casey King were our winners on those.
Right,
races.
so they made up the second row. Of course, our front row for the Daytona 500 was composed of Mark Barton and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, and then we went on to, the truck race, which got rained out and had moved to Saturday. So we had the truck race that was won by Timothy Peters.
But before the truck race, Saturday night, we had the nationwide race. And who won it?
I don't know.
Oh, who was that?
Oh, stop it.
guy.
Tony Stewart won it. I get no respect.
Yeah, so Tony Stewart won that race. And then we moved on to Sunday.
Sunday.
And so for the Daytona 500, J Mac. How
excited were we to see him win?
I got his autograph.
She did. I gave up. I was just too tired.
Well, Sunday's race was a bit challenging because
it was cold.
It was cold, but we also had big old holes in the track.
Yeah.
Well, just one big one.
We had one big pothole.
Yeah. It kept making an appearance.
Yeah, it did. So yeah, the race that wouldn't end finally did end, and Jamie McMurray was our winner. So we're very happy, very, very happy.
And that was very, very cool.
And that's very good for our sport too, to have some fresh new blood winning in winter circle. So that's good.
Well, so the season upon us is showing us that we're going to have a little difference in the cars. We have these wings going on right now, and we're going back to the spoiler. But the drivers say there may not be much difference between the two when you see the change in the cars as we go to the newer tracks or back to our old
But
tracks.
I am a fan of the larger restrictor plate because I think that really changed up. And I have to say it was one of the more exciting Daytona 500s that I had really seen.
Well, you didn't see the dominance of the Toyotas in the tracks that you normally have had. So I'm wondering, have the other car makers figured out what the Toyotas had, or did the restrictor plates even out the field? Well, I'm not sure what happened, but
and
the Toyotas weren't strong.
As the season progresses, we'll be able to see more of that.
Well, you know what? I take that back because Michael Waltrip's two Toyotas were up in the field, but they weren't leading the race like the Toyotas have done before.
Well, and that's why I think that the change of the restrictor plate and the whole wicker bill thing. Remember that wicker bill?
Yeah, I got it.
That I think the change in that really changed up how the race went along, and that we really didn't know who was going to win. And that's really what, as NASCAR fans, we really want that kind of excitement. We don't want to know that it's a foregone conclusion that someone's going to win.
Exactly.
And the other big change that we had was the green-white checkered rule, which also threw another variable in, who was going to plan for gas if you had to go the full 3 white checkers. I thought that was kind of an exciting part of the end of the race.
The crew chiefs aren't necessarily liking it, but I think it's all part of strategy.
Obama's not.
Well, I think it's strategy, and I think that's what this racing is about, NASCAR, and I'd like to get y'all back to doing strategy instead of just riding around a track.
Right.
And so, come on, that's what the fans wanted, that's what we missed, and now that's what we want to get back to doing.
And it's nice to see the drivers having the cars back in their hands, driving, making their mistakes. For a while, they had to figure out the suck-up factor, to, how fast it is that they would come up on a car with the new restrictor plate. And They figured it out.
Yeah, they figured it out
It
pretty
puts
well.
more of the skill of the driving of the cars into the driver's hand.
And that's again what
If
we want
the
to see.
That's
driver,
what we wanna
you know,
see.
and I think that's why we saw some people having problems at the 500 that normally wouldn't, because they were now being required to really know how to handle their cars. I know, become a driver.
I think what happened.
I can think of a driver that was having some issues with
I
that.
can
Well,
too.
I think what really happened is that after the death of Earnhardt, NASCAR really got nervous and they overcompensated with the safety of the vehicles of the stock
I
cars.
don't know that you can ever overcome.
Well, I mean, no, but I mean, they really went that far, and then they took everything to the limits of restricting the cars and keeping them on the tracks, and that it really took everything out of the
driving,
out of the driver's hands.
Air in the
Exactly.
tire, the shocks, everything was like mandated.
Right, and so they took everything away, and it made the sport boring.
I think that we're going to see a little bit more exciting racing this season. I know I'm looking forward to going to California. Let's see what
Going
it's...
back to Cali.
Well, of course,
Cali.
a couple of us were born in California, so it's home.
It's home for us.
Yeah, well,
Home for
I
us.
wasn't born in Cali, and so that's
The
probably
state wouldn't let her in. Let me just say that.
And it's okay with us that we're born in California.
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
so new NASCAR season's upon us. Very excited to get this show on the road.
Yes.
So the ladies are wrapping up their coverage of Speedweeks 2010. We're so happy that you all came along for the ride. And we would like to thank all of our fans on our Facebook page. We
Yes.
appreciate your support. Be sure and tell your friends about it so that they can become fans of ours as well.
That's right, because you'll always be getting updates on what's going on at the track and obviously what's going on in the races and where the racetrack ladies will pop up next and what track near you will be showing up at.
You never know.
That's right.
And of course, we always have an opinion.
Yeah, a few of those.
And we usually have 4 different opinions.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
Imagine
happens
that.
that way. So I guess that about wraps us up for Speed Weeks. Thanks for joining us this week, and be sure to send any questions or any comments you have to us at our fan page on Facebook. And until next time, we'll be
at the track and going green.